Here's a couple of locals at the inn at Whittier. Let's go interview them. See what's going on. They look like they're just hanging out on a hazy day. What's going on, young lady?
Just waiting to go on our kayak trip.
Going yakking, huh?
All set.
Going yakking. We're at the inn at Whittier.
Yep.
Let's go kayaking. About a half hour they'll pick us up and they'll drop us off 50 miles out, and then that's it for 7 days. There's Joe and Joe.
Jojo.
Hey, Joe.
What's going on?
Hi, Joe. Doesn't matter, does it? One's Mac and one is Mooney. It's the Mac and Mooney show. Man, oh man, look at all that gear we got to load. We got 3 boats, 4 boats, and all of that gear. Holy moly. We're bouncing around on the L&J, riding out of Whittier. There's Captain Ben at the helm. Arr. And there's First Mate Lucas. Arr. And there's the rest of the party. JoJo and Lindsay. I'm sorry. The Mooney Mac show. Or is that Mac and Mooney show? The Mac and Mooney show. We're heading out of Whittier. It's a nice day. Surprise, surprise. It's not raining. Next stop, East Flank Island. All right. We're coming into East Flank Island. Coming into our beach to offload. Captain Ben is preparing the ramp. We're going to be offloading on the beach, carrying our gear up high, above the high tide line.
Don't forget.
There goes our ride. We are dropped off on East Flank Island.
Gilligan's Island.
Gilligan's Island. We're alone in the wilderness. It's up to us now, guys. Are you ready, Lucas?
Yes.
We're launching. Pretty soon we got everything off the beach. Can you imagine? It's all gone.
Packed up, ready to go.
Packed up, ready to go. There's my motor. Peaceful paddling. There's Joe. There's Lindsay. It's about 6:30 at night. We're working our way up Esther Passage. We're going to pull in a little bit. We're going to pull in halfway up the passage tonight. We're not going to go all the way.
I'm epic.
He's epic. Look at, there he is. His name's on the back of his jacket. He's epic.
And my phone number, I think.
Yep, there's his phone number right there. Morning 2. After a hard night's paddle, we made it all the way to the end of Esther Passage. Late night arrival, cooked some halibut, went to bed about 1 o'clock, watched for the high tide. At 3 o'clock, we were okay, so we stayed dry. Right, Joe? Joe's taking...
Dry is what dry does.
Dry is. There's off our tents, tucked back up in the weeds. There's Joe's, his boat. And there's Lindsay's and my tent and the boys. And of course the food bag. We're going to have to look around here and see if we find the old red food bag that we thought the bear took, or blamed on the bear anyway. Beautiful, incredible blue sky morning. Time to make some coffee. There's the crew. Morning breakfast.
Great breakfast.
We had our oatmeal and coffee and cocoa, and we're packing up tents, getting ready to go that way. What a beautiful day. Good day for paddling. And so we break camp. There's Joe Mack stuffing a bag, and then down on the water, the tide's coming in, but we are stuffing those kayaks like sausages. Pretty soon we'll be on the water. The morning ritual takes time, but we get it all done right. There's Joe in front of Cascade Glacier. This is spectacular out here. How are we doing, Lucas?
Good. Still epic.
Still epic indeed. We're seeing some of the glaciers on the left side of College Fjord down there. Smith, I don't know which ones they are in this order, but there's Vassar, Smith, Bryn Mawr, and Wellesley coming up. God, it's beautiful flat water out here today. Absolutely gorgeous. Doesn't get much better than this. Flat water again. Man, oh man. We experienced this a few years ago. We are being blessed with a beautiful flat water day.
I need to take a dump.
You need to stop?
I need to take a dump.
Wow, look at that. That glacier up there, Joe paddling in the foreground. Man, oh man. That's spectacular. Wow. We're coming up to an island that we're going to take a break on, same island that we took a break on several years ago, and we're going to paddle that way, back behind the island, quiet water. Nice little camp spots up there that Lindsay found, and Joe found some too. Huh?
Too late to switch camp spots?
Too late.
Enough yet.
Hi. We're over here at the camp. Yeah.
You want some more? Yeah, just
We just had a full day of kayaking and now we're
You
hanging
can try
out
that, but it's funny.
and cooking dinner.
Alright.
Should be fun.
What's for dinner?
Steaks and potatoes, Bill's favorite. Big Mac.
Big Mac.
Some onion?
You ordered it.
These two guys were lollygagged behind and they stopped at McDonald's, huh?
You lolly.
I'm not hungry anymore.
I'm not hungry anymore.
I had some pizza too.
We got a big old pot of leeks and potatoes. We did that a couple years ago in Iolic. I loved it. And we got an hors d'oeuvre of raw broccoli, right?
Raw broth.
Right, and our wonderful screen tent. The gnats are out there enforcing. Guess what? The gnats don't bother us in here.
That's to get inside.
Sweet. Long day of paddling. We're all pooped. We were glad to get here, right?
Yes.
That's all you get.
Glad to get off the water.
We have more than you said.
Morning 3. Kind of cloudy.
We're over here at camp. We're cooking breakfast. I have slept in. We're making pancakes.
Pancakes. Joe Macklin, your pancake is ready.
Come and get it. You don't have to tell me twice.
The pancake cook-off.
Who do I get? Do I get Bill's or Joe's?
Yeah, it's a cook-off.
Done first.
We'll check back in with you later. We're gonna.
And this is the part of the breakfast that the chef doesn't have to do. Joe doing KP.
Joe Mac.
Joe Mac doing KP. Wonderful, messy, but delicious pancake breakfast. Topping it off with a hot apple cider and coffee.
Mine's more coffee than apple cider.
Yours is more coffee than apple cider. That's because you're using Grandpa's cup.
Yep.
Morning 3 again. Getting ready for a kayak paddle over to Cog Hill River.
No, they were all.
You ready, Lindsay?
I'm ready, let's go.
Let's go. Here come the other guys.
Pretty good looking chaps, wouldn't you say?
Yes, sir.
Hello, future Joe.
I want to show you where Joe placed his tent on our camp mound. Not too precarious at all, is it? Right on the cliff. Don't roll in your sleep, Joe. That's amazing. So we're on the water. We're going to go paddle up the Cog Hill a little bit, see if we can find that trail, maybe do a little hike. There's Joe Mack in the Burt. We're going to count glaciers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, oh my gosh, 15, 16, 17, I can see 18 glaciers from here. 19.
20.
20, do I have 21? 20. We are in the land of glaciers right here. So we're about we're about a third of a mile up the Cog Hill. I'm going to paddle up a little bit further and see what we can see. I can see some fish breaking the surface occasionally. I don't know whether there's pinks or sockeyes, but we're going to go explore a little bit more. Beautiful out here today. Paddling upstream on the Cog Hill. Joe, how we doing over there?
Joe's struggling.
Punishing me.
We're running into some current here.
Woo!
Currently some current.
Hey, Mom and Dad. So you're missing out on.
Well, looks like we've reached an impasse.
It's only been like 2 minutes.
Captain Joe says, I can't go any further. Lucas was screaming, Grandpa, why do you make me do this? And I said, because you're going to have fun, damn it, whether you like it or not. Fast water. We can't get through this. We could pole our boats by ropes up through that, but then you're going to run out of shore to walk on. So although it's fun and beautiful, we're going to call it a day at this point, and then go have some lunch and go do something else. It was fun. Lindsay's looking for fish.
We got a lot going on here in Alaska. We got Bill, Fisherman Bill, going for some unknown fish, probably some sockeye, some pinks.
A lot?
Lindsay said there's a lot down here, so we're gonna follow her down here. No trees, they can't hide. Joe pointed out this spot. Here's Mr. Lucas. He's only 13 years old, but he's conquering Alaska. There's Saddam Hussein.
Saddam Hussein.
Joe, get the bear tracks.
Here's bear tracks.
Those are bear tracks, absolutely.
And there's bear scat. There's the present.
There's bear scat.
And there's bear poop.
AKA.
Over here's bear poop. Here's Lucas's poop from earlier. Just kidding. And here's the bear spray.
Should be some fish down here.
Think there's a bear around here?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, look at them, they're all going up speed.
Okay, your boots are, okay, you're right.
You get your boots wet. Here we got a couple of spear fishermen trying to get these, we think maybe are sockeye. They're ganging up on them. They're doing it the primitive
Your
way.
spears have to be sharp.
Yeah, nice dull spears. You're going to blunt trauma. What do they call it? Blunt force trauma to kill the fish. Look at all this sockeye moving around in there. Tormenting these poor fish. They're trying to just spawn and die, and we're tormenting them. But the bears were too.
Don't make me feel bad.
Over here we can see that bears were feasting. Maybe even this morning, because we're kind of in a tidal zone, so that sure doesn't look like a sockeye. Does it? Joe, does this look like a sockeye?
Hey, Bill.
Hey!
What's going on, Bill? I need to straighten up.
Straighten up and fly right. Coming down the Cog Hill River. Paddling easy.
20 miles an hour.
Paddling easy.
Getting windburn.
What you call paddling easy.
That's it. Oh, yeah, Joe's paddling real easy.
Paddle.
All right. Paddling down the Cog Hill.
Bill's struggling trying to get some water. He's getting wet. We got this runoff from the mountain. This is tonight's drinking water after being pumped. Should be good to drink. He's doing a great job.
Hi.
What are you doing there, buddy?
Making s'mores with from a fire that I found the wood with Joe. I didn't English there very well.
In English, they're very well. No, he has not been drinking, I swear to God.
Don't be fooled by the
Don't be fooled by
marshmallow on the side of his face.
Don't be Mooney just got back from an intrepid paddle, and then he hiked up the trail.
Cog Hill Trail.
High Hill Trail. Now he's enjoying that pasta primavera that Lindsay made. Incredible. And the other Joe's on KP. All right, Joe Mac.
Always on KP.
Always on KP. We're enjoying s'mores and a nice campfire on night 3. This is morning 4. Little gray coming in over the glaciers, over the mountains. But a lot of blue sky, a lot of sunshine. Tide's coming in. We just got up, it's a little after 8. Lindsay's up. I hear Joe rustling around on the cliff. Beautiful morning. Time to start some coffee. Lucas has just got out of the tent. He's trying to wake up. And still see sleep in his eyes. Joe is busy, preoccupied behind the tree.
I'm done.
He's done. There's Joe. Say good morning.
My turn.
Look at this beautiful day.
Beautiful day.
Nice.
All right, now it's coffee time. Now that's what I call living high.
Little R&R.
Little R&R, close to the ledge. I'm gonna drop in here and show you how close Joe is to the ledge.
You take it from that way. It's really pretty.
I like that hammock.
Yeah, you want to sit in it?
No, I'll never get out of it. There's Joe, and there's the edge. Living on the edge.
I'm living on the edge.
That's great. Sightseers airborne. Sightseers waterborne. Stuffing the sausages, getting ready to go. Day 4?
4.
Heading over that way.
Quattro.
And then down to the glaciers. We'll have that in view all day long, paddling. Beautiful. Nice day, nice weather, nice scenery.
We're over here on in the ocean. We're day 4 of paddling. We're about to see some glaciers, or we're in the middle of them. Over there, it's Harvard Glacier, and then a little bit later, we'll be able to see
Yale Glacier.
No Princeton, because they didn't like Princeton.
You're right, they didn't like Princeton.
Too good for them, apparently.
Yo, Lucas!
There's our buddies. Making our crossing. Beautiful, beautiful day.
to get inside?
Playing with the bergs. Windowberg.
I'll be right over.
Look at that. It's dripping.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
It's melting.
So, Lucas is his first maiden voyage in a single. That's Erica's Stellar. Lucas is in Stellar. He's just taken a quick crash course in paddling a single. Now he's going to put his rudder down. Let's see if he can remember how to do that. Rudder is in. Now he's got left and right control with his feet. Practice your... There's porpoises out there, and there's a Lucas in here, learning how to kayak. How cool is that? Pull your rudder up. You're coming into shore. Pull your rudder up.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it. You got it. Now pull in. I'm going to pull you in, and then I want you to get out.
Once we're over there, if you want. Joe might want a break or something too.
Yeah, we can do whatever.
Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Slow down.
Cruising through the bergs. Lucas is cruising through the icebergs. Don't hit it. Lucas is crashing into icebergs. Paddle through it. There you go. Good maneuvering. Attaboy.
Close enough, right?
Close enough. You made it. You didn't take a bath. That's good. Messing with the bergs.
Here, Bill, I'll get on top of it.
Okay, good luck. Good luck with that, Joe. And Lucas is leading the way. After a nice lunch break, he's going to go up and chase some seagulls off of an iceberg. Look at that view. My goodness. Look at that glacier. Wow. Paddling up on Vassar Glacier. You're pretty. That's just tumbling out of that beautiful green valley. Disturbed all the seagulls from their peaceful afternoon rest. And they're back to their resting spot.
There's Bill getting us some water from the stream.
Mountain stream. Mountainside stream.
That's right. Can't get fresher than that. Runs off into the sea. And what glacier is this, Bill?
It's Wellesley.
Wellesley Glacier. And you can see Joe and Lucas paddling up. There's the double. There's Joe's kayak. Good job.
Guess I'm stuck.
Let me pull you in?
That might be okay.
Let me pull you in some. should be good.
Yeah.
There's Joe.
Wellesley Glacier. Little perspective. There's the guys. Oh, that glacier is pushing forward. It's advancing. It's pushing this gravel up in front of it. Yeah, really. Good luck with that. Man, look at the color. They are standing in a crevasse.
I mean, we'll do it later.
Wow, is that cool or what?
Beautiful. Here, I'm just gonna go over. Good stuff. Very good. Let's Lindsay cat.
How is it?
Better than bottled.
Better than bottled. That's real glacier water,
Yeah.
buddy. That's real glacier, right out of the basin.
My hands probably aren't the cleanest.
I know, but neither is the water.
Focus on its own.
If you, yeah, you
That's pretty cool.
do a backup one too.
All right.
All right. There's our boats way out there. Let's go back and go to camp. About 9:30, pulled into our camp. Lots of gnats when we set up camp. They were ferocious. They're calming down now, but they're still trying to bite me. Beautiful time of night. Got our kitchen set up. Everybody's inside trying to stay out of the gnats. You can see the gnats flying around in front of the screen. My goodness, I got to get in there. I thought they were gone, but they discovered me, and now they're all over the place. Ah!
By a little bit.
There's Lucas up a tree.
Hey,
The same tree that Daniel was up when we camped here in Bear Bag.
this is where I was born.
He was born in that tree. He's a natural, just like a bear. Of course, bears can climb trees. Damn, we're in trouble. All right, let's get the bear bags up. Okay, we're going to pass them up to you. We'll haul the lines up. You kind of maneuver them through the branches, okay?
All right.
All right. Good.
Bye.
Bye. Morning 5, clouding up. Campsite set up. No furry visitors last night. Just a lot of gnats. Thank God for the screen tent. Tide's going out, so's the ice. The boats are still there. That's a good thing. One less thing to worry about. Paddling up to Bryn Mawr Glacier. That's a pretty glacier. And then Smith. And then Lucas, and then Baltimore, and then Harvard. Paddling in today.
cool color contrast.
Dark blue over there. Oh, there's a glacier there. Yeah.
Go.
We're over here at Harvard Glacier. It's about 300 feet tall. As you can hear in the background, there's some calving going on. That's when parts of the glacier break off. It's one of the largest in College Fjord and Prince William Sound of the entire place that we've been so far. See over there in this, with the spruce trees, that means that it's advancing, because if they wouldn't be trees, they would be rock if it was receding and going back.
Look at the wave. Look at the wave. We're sitting out here watching at least a 3-foot swell from that calving we just filmed. Look at that. There's Joe and Lindsay over there. Teeny little kayaks and big waves. Big swells. Look at this one.
Usually the water is completely still.
Those are those calving waves. I was thinking about trying to get on that beach, but it's very treacherous, and then trying to get in, it takes longer. Stop paddling. You can see how treacherous it is in there. That's calving waves. Getting water. Way to go, Joe. We got some runoff from Smith Glacier.
Here we go, Joe. Here we go.
This is,
Here we go, Joe.
we're standing in kind of an ice cave here. And Joe is getting, you've got a little flow of water there. And Joe is getting water for camp. He needs a little bit of a raincoat. But it's working. We got nice, wonderful glacier water. So here's our Princess Cruise. This is becoming a tradition. Joe, Erica, Joe is taking over. He's mooning.
Alright, I'm done. My butt. Everyone's seen my butt.
That's funny. Mooning the Princess line. They're violating our sacred territory. It's funny.
But they didn't honk.
Show you how big that glacier is. Look how small that huge ship looks in the face of the glacier. Now, that ship is still about a quarter mile back from the face. That is a big glacier. There is an iceberg that Joe Mooney gathered, and right now we are having our initiation drink for Lucas Glacier Cider and Joe Mooney Glacier Cider and the rest of us Glacier Tea.
Glacier tea.
And the initiation for paddling into the glaciers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And no one went in.
And no one went in. If we would have landed there, we would have gone in. Ah, clink. So it's like 10:30 at night, and Lindsay and Joe and Lucas are going upstream into where the bears live.
Into the wild.
Into the wild. I don't know. Joe and I are a little bit older, a little bit more mature, and we're not going into the wild.
You're wiser.
Wiser is right.
We learn from our mistakes.
That water is very cold. That's coming off of Vassar Glacier. Maybe they're wising up.
There.
Morning 6. Another bright blue sky day, bright sunshine. It's about 8:30. We got to get up and get rolling. We got about a 12-mile paddle today. But how beautiful. Look at that sky. Man, oh man. Up and at 'em, guys. Got to roll.
I'm rolling.
All right.
We're over here on the 6th day. It's morning time. We've all just had our breakfast, and it's hair washing time.
Itchy scalp.
Itchy scalp with a glacier in the background on a sunny day. Nice and sunny.
Is there enough water?
They couldn't wait for the hotel in a few days, so
He had the shampoo and I had the water.
he had the shampoo and he had the water. It's a beautiful day out. Better than yesterday. It was very cloudy, and we're gonna start heading back down the way we came. The boat will pick us up tomorrow. We'll camp one last night, and then we will be home. All right. Yeah.
Look how pretty that is. You want to see something pretty? I'll show you pretty. Ah!
I'm gonna give those people nightmares, whoever's watching.
Whoever sees that, huh?
By now.
That was the glacier we were playing on the other day. It is gorgeous today. Way up top. The white snow. That's that's, which glacier is that?
That's the first one.
Wellesley.
Was that Wellesley?
Yeah.
That's Wellesley Glacier.
Look at Lucas telling you what's up.
Yeah.
Good memory.
What?
Mm-hmm. So we paddled into shore, thinking maybe we could find something, and look what we found here. Those are salmon berries. They're like Raspberries, pretty good, eh?
Yeah. Got a cart.
Bears pee on those, you know.
Yeah, probably.
It looks like some of them have been picked, believe it or not. I wouldn't doubt a bear got to some of these because some of this ground is all smashed down right here. So,
Yeah, some of this over here.
yeah, bears have been in here picking and eating. There's a nice ripe one. We'll get something from the bear's dessert dish. There's Yale Glacier down there. All right, here's Joe and Lindsay getting water for the last night's camp out of a little stream right behind our campsite. This is exactly where Daniel and Tyler and Erica and I camped a few years ago. There's Lindsay's tent down there and my tent. The boys' tents are down there. Joe is up on the beach, but check out this view of the mountains behind us. Man, oh man. This beautiful little meadow here, right behind the beach. And then we'll walk out and we'll check out the beach. Good work, guys. Getting water. Okay, we're going to go see where Joe is working. Joe is setting up his camp with a room with a view. Right? Look at this.
Right outside my door.
Berries, all of these are all huckleberry bushes. They're not quite in yet, darn it. But look at Joe's view. Wow! Back down to Harvard and Yale. This is a beautiful campsite. This was, I think, our favorite campsite when we came up here the last time. Absolutely beautiful. There's the screen tent and the beautiful little crescent beach. And the glaciers across the fjord from us. That's Cog Hill Point right over there. We camped there second and third night. But look at this. Doesn't get any better than this. Absolutely gorgeous. We'll probably be taking a few more pictures of this same scene. It's just so compelling.
There we go.
Good one to end on.
Got into camp so early, we don't know what to do with ourselves. That was a non-skipper. Doing? Lucas is building a fire.
Attempting.
Well, we should build it so you don't want it so close here.
And Joe is cleaning yams, and Joe is cleaning yams, and he just cut his fingertip off. And Lindsay's, they're all cleaning yams.
We're yamming.
Yamming.
We're yamming, man.
We yamming. We be yamming. This is Lucas's campfire on the shore. About 10, going on 10 o'clock at night. Beautiful evening. And we're going to go around and ask everybody what their favorite part of the trip was. You can see some of us still have head nets, so obviously it's not a bug-free environment.
No.
Let's start with Lucas. What do you think was a favorite part of your trip?
I like not dealing with a city and having to keep up with everything. It's just kind of, you're here, you don't have any responsibilities really. Just watch out for yourself and
That's it.
just enjoy being out here.
Okay, Lindsay.
I think two things come to mind. The first one is sitting under that tent and having dinners together.
That was fun.
That is fun. And the second thing was watching all the calvings off of the Harvard Glacier. That was
That's
pretty
awesome.
cool.
All right, Joe Mack.
Yeah, a couple things too. I think when you get out in this, just out in the middle of nowhere and kind of see the beauty of nature, you kind of get to know the people that you're with a lot more than what you'd be able to back in society. So hearing people's stories and hearing all what their take on life is, it's a cool situation for sure. The other thing is when we went to the river, I thought that was fun, seeing the salmon kind of take their last couple breaths and seeing them swim up the river, and see Bill try to catch a couple of them and lose some of the flies.
Not
That was
so
fun
good.
too. So yeah,
All right,
I've had a great time.
Joe Mooney.
Way too many to.
Way too many things.
But probably number one is the company. No matter how great the scenery is, if you don't get along with the people that you're with, it could be a miserable trip. And the weather.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh,
The weather
We all
has been,
second that.
the weather has been stupendous, superfluous. And then today, just being out amongst the pack ice, crackling. Off to my distance was the glaciers and then seals were coming up and popping up. And just being surrounded by the glaciers.
It's spectacular.
Let me take the camera for you.
Yeah, you can do mine. You can do me. Okay, so
Cameraman.
it was the travel with my grandson and my niece and my nephew and my best friend in Alaska, and share this beauty with them. And I mean, it was spectacular. And
Not the bug.
the mosquitoes are driving me crazy. So that, you know, and I like what Lindsay said about the meals, sharing the meals together. And thank God for Erica buying that screen tent, because I think we're going to go in there right now.
probably.
It was a great trip, and the weather, like Joe said, unbelievable. So, good trip.
Good stuff.
All right.
Thanks to Bill for inviting us.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun planning it. And thanks to Lindsay for the meals.
Yeah.
Yay.
Good stuff. Sad to see it end.
job.
This morning was a little rainier than any other morning we've had so far, but it's still been an experience that I'll never forget.
Rain last night about 3 and kept raining, and look how that changed from yesterday, blue sky. We're pretty well loaded up. We're going to head out on a rainy, drizzly morning. Good camp. Hopefully we'll leave some of these gnats behind. Lucas is going to take over a single and get a little more taste of paddling a single. So we're all
And
loaded
taste of
up,
gnats.
ready to go, huh?
And the taste of gnats.
And the taste of gnats. That's right, protein.
Yeah.
All right. There's an eagle up here on this snag. Drying out his wings. You have a wet night, Mr. Eagle? Lucas is enjoying a single again. Almost to the end of our paddle, and this is what we got to do. We did this a few years ago. We portaged over this bar because look at those the wind and the waves are coming in and getting pretty nasty. So we're hauling our boats fully loaded over this big gravel bar down to this beautifully quiet, placid water on the other side, and all we got to do is paddle around that little notch, and then we're going to be in calm water as we paddle up the other side of the ridge. We're going to make the whole trip despite the wind. All right, here's the Ferramare picking us up. Everybody's got the bucket line going. End of a great trip. Nobody got sick, nobody got hurt. Very successful. We're going home. Back to Whittier. Wet, rainy day.
Rolling.
All right. Toast to a successful trip, guys.
Cheers. Thanks, everybody.
It's always a successful kayak trip with no injuries and no losses. Okay, so we're going to take a little look at the distance we traveled and the route we took for our kayak trip. So I'm going to focus in, there's Alaska. I'm going to focus in on the Kenai Peninsula, and I'm going to use a very famous fillet knife as a pointer. Very famous fillet knife as a pointer. The Kenai Peninsula is right here below Anchorage, and then over to the east of the Kenai Peninsula is Prince William Sound. It's a huge body of water with lots of inlets and glaciers and islands, and we chose one particular large fjord filled with glaciers for our kayak trip. So I'm going to switch to another map, and I'm going to show you our route. We drove through. We had to drive through from Anchorage. We had to drive through the mountain. There we go. We had to drive through the nation's largest tunnel into Whittier, into Prince William Sound, to access Prince William Sound. So we're going to look at the other map, and we'll go from Whittier. We drove through the mountain into Whittier. Here's Prince William Sound in a close-up, so it's really too much to get in, but you can see up here some of the fjords. That's Harriman Fjord that Alex and Amanda and Erica and I did last year, and here's College Fjord that we did this year, so I'll zoom in and show you that. But we started our trip driving through the mountain into Whittier, Alaska, right here, and we got a water taxi. We drove out all the way out through the Passage Canal. We went out about, I'm guessing, about 40 miles to Esther Island, past Esther Island, to a little island at the entrance, the lower entrance of Esther Passage. This is East Flank Island. We were dropped off here. We loaded our boats, and we started paddling late in the day. These are little tick marks for a mile. So we traveled about 11 miles, long day. It was getting dark, looking for campsites, looking for water, very difficult. We found our campsite all the way up. This is the campsite we were at last year. So we traveled about 11 miles the first day, wound up getting in at about 10:30. I think we cooked our dinner at about midnight. So it was a long day, but we made it to where we wanted to get. The next day we wanted to go on up halfway into the College Fjord. You can see that's quite long. So we knew we were going to do a half day, or we were going to do a full day paddle to get halfway in. So we paddled up the eastern coast. The little tick marks show mileage. We went about 12 miles out to this point, Cog Hill Point. Around this point is a really good little camp spot up on a hill, and we camped there the second and third night. The second day we just did a day paddle. We left our camp and we took our boats up the Cog Hill River. We paddled up as far as we could get the Cog Hill River. We played with the salmon and we looked at bear scat and bear sign, and then paddled back around and had a nice dinner. The next day we crossed the inlet to the other side, and we paddled down to the next camp, which was down at Vassar Glacier. Now here are a bunch of glaciers in white coming out of the mountains. This really gets spectacular. You've probably seen some of the shots already. We saw all these glaciers coming down the west side of College Fjord. There were glaciers on the east side up in the mountains, and also Yale Glacier. The big glacier that we saw all the way up was Harvard Glacier. This is the second largest glacier in Prince William Sound, just massive. So we saw this spectacular scenery all the way to the second night's camp at just below Vassar Glacier. We did a 2-night camp there. The next day we paddled a day paddle all the way up into the front of massive Harvard Glacier, and we sat there and watched the calving and bobbed up and down in our kayaks as the calving waves went underneath us. Paddled back to camp that second night. And then the next day was time to head out. So we headed out going up the west side of College Fjord. We paddled about, I'm guessing about 11 miles, but we had the tide with us, so we really made good time. And we got to this camp spot right here. Very nice camp spot that we camped at a couple of years ago. Beautiful scenery in both directions, and across the inlet, across the fjord to the glaciers and the land masses. The next day was our last day of paddling. It rained that night. We paddled in rain all the way out. You see the tick marks. We paddled about 8 or 9 miles around Peckham Point, and the big water out here. The winds were starting to kick up, but everybody managed really well. We portaged our canoes across the sandbar, the gravel bar at Peckenham Point. Once we portaged our kayaks across the sandbar, we were in calm water. We rounded the corner into Kelly's Cove and this island, and we were picked up a little bit early, which was great, because it was pouring down rain by the water taxi. So overall, we probably traveled about 55, 60 miles. Great paddling weather for all the days except the last one when it rained. But what a spectacular trip and what wonderful memories. So we just traveled one inlet, one fjord of this massive Prince William Sound area. Spectacular scenery the whole time, and we had a ball.